is for the villain who stays hiding the feeling that the rain a local rapper on the level that he's killing. Grows another blunt to get high as the ceiling. It's been top shelf since the government started dealing.
What the fuck is up? It is another glorious week. It's actually a glorious year. Fucking 2023. I hope y'all had a great, safe, happy new year. I don't give a fuck what you did, so don't tell me about it. I do have some really cool guys on tonight, though. I was just recently on their show Behind the Grind with a Grind Mode Cypher a couple weeks ago. I don't remember the exact date because I'm a pothead. But I just wanted to make sure I return the favor and show you guys some dope fucking hip hop tonight. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce the fucking Barrio Bros, Trip B, Johnny ConCepTz. How the fuck are you guys doing tonight?
What up? How you doing?
I'm okay. I can't complain.
Good, Happy New Year, yo.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you guys.
Are we in a hospital? What is this background?
Oh, so this was the background cover art, like the track list cover art for my last album.
Oh, okay.
And I liked the aesthetics, so I was like, fuck it, we're just gonna get crazy in here in the mental hospital.
That's what's up. All right.
About to check into one myself, so let's go.
There we go. So, first off, introduce yourselves. Tell everybody who you are, what you represent.
Johnny, please.
I'm Johnny ConCepTz. I'm from Rhode Island, West Warwick, Rhode Island. Been rapping since like 2010. It's been a long time, so I'm like an OG now, which is cool. Me and Trip make up the Barrio Brothers. We just got together. Pause. No, what year was it? Last year, the year before, something like that.
It was 2020, 21.
Yeah, we've been homies for about a decade as well. So we're just making some dope music, trying to get everything out to everybody. So
big facts.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. Trip B, what up? What up? Like Johnny said, I am one half of the Barrio Brothers with Mr. Johnny ConCepTz. Yeah, man, Providence, Rhode Island, Warwick, Rhode Island, Newport, Rhode Island. It's all the Rhode Island. The Rhode Island thing. And, shout out Grandma Cypher. Shout out Libsey for having us. Happy New Year, motherfuckers. Obese, where's my verse? It's written, you know that, but mental illness has taken hold. So I'm in the hospital right now, as you can see in the background. And as soon as I get over it, I'll be at Johnny's to record, I promise.
Word. So shout out Obese in the chat right now, longtime supporter. So let's start off with Rhode Island. Let's start off with that little piece of the pie. So, how Johnny, you said you've been rapping since about 2010, which funny enough is probably around the time I've actually started rapping too, 2010, 2011. So I feel you on the OG status. Mm-hmm. How long have you been rapping for, Trip?
Since about 2003, actually.
Okay. So a question for both of you guys, from 2003 and 2010 to now, well, 2010 to now, how different and how different is the Rhode Island scene and how much has it evolved since?
I'll take that, and then maybe Johnny can join in as the timeline catches up, maybe. Yeah. So old head shit. So yeah, back in the early 2000s, I was pretty much still in the notebook and just rapping, in my circles and at parties and things like that, and that type of shit. As as 07, 08 came around, I started delving out into the community and putting my name out there and doing more things. But the scene back then, was inspirational. We had a lot of MCs who are, some of them still active today. Like Lingo was active back then. I have a real tight homie, the big OG. His name's Focus. He was active back then. Sage Francis, some of you may have heard of before. Yep. He was active in the scene back then. We had this great venue. It was called the Living Room. And that was kind of where, everything congregated. The whole hip hop scene. Also, back then, the local radio station showed a lot of love to the local acts. So there'd be like weekly online battles where these cats would call up, and you could hear like these local cats who you may run into on the street or at a venue battling each other on your local radio station. But it was like, you know, it was the mainstream radio station. It wasn't like the underground college one, you know. And
That's cool as fuck.
oh yeah, dude, it was big time back then. And it was literally the era of like, I'm selling these CDs out of my trunk, and I'm gonna make a living off of this. You know what I mean? And it was the mixtape era. So it was cool, man. And then you know, then the 2010s came along, Johnny.
Yeah. So around, I didn't really start like performing and stuff till like 2012. So I wouldn't say I was like in the scene until then. But this is right when the social media era started kicking off. So people like were more connected musically, like by like sharing each other's stuff. So I feel like a lot more like unity was going on at that point than prior. But there's always like those people that only listen to themselves and don't really care about anyone else. But for the most part, it seemed like everything was united. Um, I would perform locally in my city. I was probably like one of the more well known in my specific small town. And then when I tried to like branch out more into like the rest of the state, that's when I noticed it was basically like the scene was just like all the grind mode rappers at that time, honestly.
No shit.
Yeah, so it was mostly people from like anywhere all over Rhode Island, basically. And those are the guys that I felt were like the top tier. So I knew I had to insert myself into that. So other than that, I don't know, Trip. You have anything to add to that?
No, I agree. I feel like, you know, same. I started really performing like '08 and stuff. And like I said, we had a cool venue called the Living Room. And then, you know, venues progressed and stuff like that. The Living Room shut down. We moved on to other things in other areas of the state. You know, even like Aquinic Island, Newport, Middletown, Portsmouth, as far as Providence and every city in between, pretty much. Like Johnny said, West Warwick too. You know, so we've been pretty much everywhere. This is now going into like 2012. I probably met up with Johnny around this time. It's like 2011, 2012. We met at a house party and in West Warwick. And that was the first time we met. And then we were reintroduced at a grind mode event, I believe. So
Oh, that's even cooler.
yeah.
So
but like Johnny said, the scene, my fault, but like Johnny said, the scene back then, as we're getting into 2012, like if you weren't rocking with grind mode as a New England, in my eyes, because I had done shows out of the state as well. Obviously, like at this point, I had gone to New York and won some contests and things like that, and traveled up and down the East Coast a little bit. So I had been other places with my music and saw like the competition out there and stuff. I had been to Baltimore a bunch of times, Maine, New Jersey, you know, stuff like that. So I had seen, you know, the competition. I was, you know, feeling myself. So, you know, this was a good time in my life, 2012. And then coming back home, realizing that how big of a thing grind mode was, and seeing the vision that Lingo had with the videos. He was realizing that people were getting away from the audio and it was moving to visual. And if you didn't have a visual to go with the audio, you were pretty much, you know, you were behind. You're already behind. You know, people want to check a video. So
that makes sense.
Yeah, so I saw what he was doing with the whole grind mode cypher movement and shit like that, and got involved myself.
And one thing I would say too was that, especially at this, I'm going to base this on like a 5-year span. So from like 2012 to like 2017, there was a shitload of venues too that was putting on shows. Whereas as to now, like we don't really have that anymore. Like there's venues out there, but they're either charging way too much or like they're not taking hip hop shows. So,
and that's actually like one of my biggest gripes with like local venues, especially in like the New Bedford area, particularly because a lot of venues are doing mostly rock shows. Like nothing really does hip hop. You know what I mean? And that's actually, you know, I'll talk about it later, but that's something I'm currently in the process of trying to fix. I think we talked about it on Behind the Grind, actually.
Yeah.
So I 100% agree. Like there needs to be more venues for hip hop.
Facts. Yeah. And that's New England and probably the country in general.
Yeah.
You know, if we had some people around the country in here, they'd probably say the same thing. Like, dog, I'm fucking in Alabama, and we ain't got shit but one hip hop venue down here too, bro. And I'd be like, I feel it, because
Exactly.
Here. And big ups to venues like Electric Haze in fucking Worcester. And is that the venue I'm thinking of? Excuse me, John. Yeah, it's Electric Haze in Worcester. And what's the one up there in Manchester, New Hampshire? We got, and shout out to these local-ish venues that are still putting on for hip hop too. Just want to say that.
Yeah.
It's like back in that time, like I mentioned, from like 2012 to 2017, there was Simons, there was Fat, that the Fat World. There was some troops, so many.
AS220.
AS220.
I'm actually going to AS220. Sorry, I don't mean to cut anybody off. I'm actually performing there in February.
Oh, nice. What's the date?
Sorry, not February. March. I believe
March.
it's March 3rd.
Nice.
I think it's like a Saturday or so. Yeah, it's March 3rd. It's a Friday.
Friday night, March 3rd.
Yeah.
That's where I had my my album at that event, at that venue.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, definitely a dope venue.
Yeah, dope venue, dope people.
Yeah.
Good night. Yeah, parking's a bitch, but other than that, it was a great night.
Mm.
Downtown Prague, what do you expect?
Yeah, exactly.
Especially when there was a wedding and a big event going on at P-PAC that night. Oh, parking was terrible.
Jesus.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, actually, I just did an event over at AS. I want to say November, maybe sometime in November, and it was the same night as a college basketball game.
Oh
I think the Providence whatever fucking team was playing,
Friday.
and then like right around the block, John Mulaney was fucking performing stand up.
Oh my god. Yeah.
So like, yeah, it was a little packed that night.
Yeah, that's wild. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Always something going on, man. Always something going on that you got to end up competing with and shit. Like I've had shows lined up and like not seen a flyer until the day of the show, and it's like another local show going on, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like we're both on the like Saturday night. Like these people don't talk to each other. Like what the fuck, man? Like come on,
yeah,
do better. Like stuffing up to get heads out to these fucking shows. Now you're gonna split it up. Like come on.
Yeah, no shit. It's like at that point you should have back-to-back events. Maybe do like a Friday and Saturday night. Like, hey, cross promote each other and be like, no, show up to this event and see these artists, and then come here the next day and see these artists. You know what I mean? Just that's all it takes is a little love, and you all can win. You can all eat.
Yeah, not even just the artists that will be doing that, but like the owners of the venues too. They're just getting more people in their building. So like what?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. The hip hop shit is weird if it's not done by the artists.
Right.
Like I've tend to notice.
Yeah. Well, they see us as like their prey because they've seen this model of the pay to play be successful, and no other genre does that shit. Like,
true.
You think these girls, these lead vocalists and like punk bands and shit are paying to play? I hope not. I haven't heard a story of rock bands paying to play.
Me either.
I heard the story of rock bands paying to getting paid to play. I've never heard of the pay to play in that scenario. And if they do that, I'm sure it's like the odd show out. You know what I mean? Where there's like a headliner or something, and they had to kick in some dough to get the headliner there or something like that. Maybe.
Which at that point, I would hope that the band themselves had a say in who the fuck the headliner was.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Right. Rather than just being like, oh, this is a really cool opportunity and this is the only way we can do it.
Yeah, I've never heard one of their songs. What's your favorite song of theirs? I don't know.
Exactly.
They're a national, so let's open.
That's like some of these promoters that'll be in my I can pull up the messages. I can pull them up on the screen right now and show everybody. I'm just not going to blast names. But, do you want to open up for so and so? It'd be, we can get you a good price on opening for them. And then I have to do my research to Google who the fuck who that person even was.
Right.
You know what I mean? I shouldn't have to Google the person you're trying to get me to open.
Do they even have a wiki? No wiki.
Bro.
No wiki? Fuck.
Like, I don't give a fuck if they have 1 million subscribers on YouTube and, you know what I mean? Like, they have a couple 100,000 plays. Like, if I literally have to Google you because I don't even know who you are, clearly those 100,000s of views wasn't from me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And also, promoters need to start booking people that actually make sense with the show.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, don't just take any artist that'll toss you $300 for a fucking opening set. Like, actually try and curate the show, and you might actually make more money.
It's all about the money, bro. They
It
don't
really is.
realize I might actually make more money. Oh, if I put on an excellent show consistently with shows that make sense, like kind of like a producer would orchestrate an album to make sense, and you throw out the tracks that don't make sense, right?
Exactly.
This song doesn't fit. Oh, well, this act don't fit at this show either. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, if I can put on a decent enough show consistently, A, more heads are going to come out. B, the artists are going to be more excited to hop on the show. C, I'm going to make more money. D, the venue's going to fuck with me harder because we're all making more money. That's going to give me fucking E, more opportunities for more shows. And the list just goes on. It's like the snowball effect.
Right.
Exactly.
Oh, now I ran out of fingers. I don't even know what fuck.
Trip, you're clearly in the wrong job, dude. That's what you should do.
Well, we all know that. We all know that a good promoter already has, a little bit underneath them or behind them. So, pause, but
You're right, though.
I don't
Because, like,
have
on
50K sitting in the bank right now. So
true. But, like, to make it make even more sense for the people that are watching, you wouldn't book 4 drill artists and 1 R&B artist. You know what I mean? Like, that R&B artist ain't gonna fit. You're gonna book all drill artists, or you're gonna book all fucking boom bap, or you're gonna book all R&B. Like, it makes sense. Why? Like, showcases are cool. You know what I mean? Like a local showcase where nobody's getting paid.
Right.
It's just a free. Everybody do your thing.
Entry,
that's cool.
Right.
That's cool. Everybody, style clash, and that's fine. But if you're setting up a show where people are potentially getting paid, you need to make sure that the styles all clash together well.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it just makes more sense. And that's what a lot of promoters don't understand. That's why a lot of these shows, they're cool, but nobody remembers them.
Right. It's the pay to play aspect again.
Exactly.
Like you said, it's they're jumping out who can ever, put the money in their pocket first.
Yeah,
I got these tickets.
More about the shirt thing than anything else, because they know they're gonna get that money from that person opening.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, like, when it comes to selling tickets themselves, it's just like they don't know how many they're gonna sell. So why not make the money off the artists instead of risking not making any money?
Right.
Yeah. And like it pains me because, like, the smart thing to do would be like, if, like, say for instance, I'm gonna book Method Man and Redman for a show. Just hypothetically speaking, I would book Method Man and Redman for a show. I need artists to open for them. Who am I gonna go for? I'm gonna go for artists that have an old school hip hop kind of vibe, or some sort of boom bap experience, or something that's gonna add to that show. Right. I'm not gonna book an R&B artist that's gonna sing for fucking 15-20 minutes.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna book a drill artist that isn't gonna fit with the rest of the style. Right. Like, I'm gonna book somebody like you guys, or like somebody else from Grind Mode, or I'm gonna book people that make more sense, because that's what makes sense.
Facts. And if there's a certain artist that a promoter wants to promote, like a local artist or a group of local artists that a certain promoter wants to promote, then look for a headliner that suits them well.
Exactly.
Well, like, do the reverse fucking psychology and be like, all right, my local set is dope boom bap artists. I got to go find a dope boom bap, or even, some type of street, like Griselda type of thing, but which is also boom bap, just different lyrics,
Yeah.
And shit like that. All right, I got to go find one of these artists. Like, I got to bring Griselda in, or I got to bring fucking, I don't know relevant boom bap artists today, because I don't hear them. I hear fucking grind mode artists.
That's fair. Shout out Reality in the comments. Loving this conversation right now.
Appreciate you, dog. Just spitting that reality, dog.
Yeah.
True. Actually, they're part of a trio. reality. They're from New Bedford. They're actually going to be hopping on a song with Dizzy Wright with me.
Oh hell yeah!
Yes. So big shout out to them. I can't wait. They have their verses done. We just gotta get together and record. So I'm excited.
Let's go. That's dope.
So back to actual questions about you guys instead of ranting. So grind mode's been a big part of you guys' career, I'd say.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
Who would you say are like your top 5 favorite artists that you've met through grind mode?
Johnny ConCepTz, John Con, Mr. ConCepTz, Mr. Terciera, and John Terciera. I'm just playing. I'm playing, but I'm not. Top 5, obviously excluding the inner circle, which is the guys we work with, Lingo and AOK, and I'd even consider Parrot like inner circle. So excluding them guys, top 5, excluding John Con. People that I'd like to see like build with the brand and shit like that. Like fucking a Caps is a Vendetta. Like I want to see Big G's come back. I don't know where Big G's is. I think he's like sleeping under a tree somewhere, and someone just needs to wake his ass up. Like fucking what's his name, Rip Van Winkle and shit. Like, G's, there you are, G's.
Also, football season and the Eagles are doing really well, so that's probably why Big G's is nowhere to be found right now. But
he's like this on Sundays watching the Eagles, like a little kid on fucking Sundays. Go Eagles, fly Eagles, fly. But yeah, I don't know, man. And then I'd say like after those guys, I'd say there's a huge wave of art of Frankie. Obviously, I consider Frankie even almost inner circle. But there's like a huge group of guys. I'm talking like 20 to 25 guys that I'd really love to like take it and push the brand to the next level. The Grind Mode brand as affiliates, like us releasing their own music on our channel. Us promoting them on Behind the Grind, us putting spotlights on them, us having them perform at our shows where we're shooting ciphers and build consistent dope shows that way. And I think, Grind Mode has a roster of 900 something affiliates for anybody watching this out there that's not familiar with the movement. And it's like, over a decade, we've had 900 plus MCs and producers and merchants affiliated with the brand. And out of that group, I'd say 100 maybe are active to date and or more. And I'd like to see pretty much half that group fucking just take it and run with it and just and bang out, keep making music and sending it in and fucking let's go, man. We're all in this shit together, bro.
100%.
Yeah.
But to answer the actual question, I think you wanted.
Yeah, what was the question?
Yeah, you think you wanted to get top 5 favorites, but like the first. Oh
yeah.
Yeah, we're good. We got the 3.
The first 3 that you named, I feel like are my 3 as well. Cap.
You can do that.
And G's, and then I'll throw Knowledge on that list.
Oh, Knowledge, yeah.
And I'm just kind of naming off some of my favorite people. I'm not like.
That's funny because it looks like you're reading a script right now.
Yeah.
It's like, hold on.
You came prepared.
I have my thank yous. Here we go. Hold on. I'm not reading.
But
my bad.
I don't know who I would put number 5. That's like, I don't know. I'd have to relook at the music, but definitely the 3 you mentioned and Knowledge I'll throw on my list.
Yeah, big fact. Yeah, Knowledge is a dope performer as well. Man, Libsey, you're a dope ass performer too, man. You can throw down.
I try.
You have fun with it, which is what a lot of people are too scared to do. So.
Yes.
Yeah, I see. I've done too many shows where I like try and be serious, and like when I try and be serious, I forget my bars. So I'm like, you know what? Like, might as well just have fun with it. Like, who the fuck cares?
Well, I mean,
like I'm not famous.
I feel like you really like let loose and you let your body move to the music and you like actually get into your set. Whereas another artist may come off as like, some artists, they're too scared to even get in the light of the stage. You know what I mean? Like they're back by the DJ booth and they're like, It's like, motherfucker, I want you here. Fucking rap at me, motherfucker. Talk to me.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
like having fun with it. That's the best like way to entertain the crowd that's there. You know what I mean? Like so.
True.
Like I'd rather see someone having a fucking good time on stage than someone who's got their hand in their pocket, like just with the mic at the middle of the stage. They don't even move anywhere. You know what I mean?
So one of my favorite things about performing is crowd work. Like
Yes.
I love like talking to the crowd and making them at least laugh before the next song.
Oh yeah.
Because like if the crowd is having a good time, then I know I'm doing my job right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I can go up there and like after like the second song be like, yo, I'm sweating like a whore in church. Like, you know, if I can get like a few chuckles and giggles out of the crowd, I'm like, all right, cool. Like y'all are with me right now.
And you become that much more relatable. And especially for people that don't know who you are, they're like, you come in with that first track and it's fucking 80 degrees in the venue and you're wearing your Whooshie hoodie and you're like, oh my God, I'm sweating like a whore in church right now. And you make 6 people laugh in the thing. They're like, that's fucking hilarious. And then they're listening to the next song even closer and harder. They want to like you now.
Exactly.
They relate to you on a different level.
So it's all about making something memorable because like you can have dope music, but if there's like 4 other dope artists on the set, like now like how do you differ yourself?
Right.
So are they gonna be like, oh, that guy was dope that spit that one lyric that one time, or are they gonna be like, that guy was dope because he like said I had like my hair was fucked up or something? You know what I mean? I thought it was funny.
Right.
Like he's gonna
told me
remember
I had
that.
toilet paper on my shoe and fucking everyone laughed at me and I thought it was fucking horrible. I want to die.
Like there's been times where like I'm rapping and I'll start like I'll be performing and my hair will get into my mouth. So like I'm trying to fucking go like this while trying to pull hair out of my mouth.
Yeah. Fuck
and it gets fun and it ends up being funny because like I'll be like, all right, before the next song I'll be like, all right, does anybody have a fucking hair elastic before that shit happens again?
Right.
Like you know, I'll joke around with people and like it gets people into it.
Yeah. Like I love the taste of purple, but who has a fucking hair tie?
Yeah, no shit.
Like that. Let's see. And that's another thing with Johnny and I is like, I think it's because we were boys before we hopped on stage together and shit. It's like we have like that natural kind of chemistry on stage where it's like, I don't know, I feel like I've joked on him on stage and he's probably said something to me before on stage in a joking manner. Definitely. Especially at like Alchemy and shit at like the T-Rad show. I'm thinking specifically where we had some more crowd time to talk. But you know, and shit like that, and it's really fun, and it brings a different side of your personality to the people, and they realize that like, especially with somebody who's an artist like myself, who I rap very aggressively and I have aggressive style lyrics, and stuff like that. They're like, oh, he's not like that all the time, and like they're seeing me right now, and they're like, oh man, I could sit down and hang out with that kid. But then when I rap, it's like that kid probably wants to punch somebody in the face right now, and why is he so mad? What's he so mad for? Why has he got so much energy for?
Wow, that's very relatable.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
When me and Trip are on stage, half the time in between songs, it's just us roasting each other and like talking shit. Like, but like people get into it because like it's a little playful, funny argument that we'll like get into before the next set, like the next song, and people just start laughing and enjoying.
Like the "Don't Fuck With You" track we have. You know, so before the track comes on, Johnny will just spontaneously be like, you know what, Trip, I don't fuck with you, and then that's my cue, and I know that song's coming on, and I'm like, you know what, I don't even really fuck with you. We just did 3 songs together on thing, but I don't really fuck with you, bro. I don't know. Look at your fucking Barrio shirt. First of all, it's 3 sizes too small. Second of all, and just shit like that, and then we'll be like, and then he'll be like asking the crowd like, I don't fuck with you. Y'all fuck with him? And they'll be like, no. And I'll be like, damn, what the fuck? Didn't that really happen?
Yes, yeah.
It really happened.
Sometimes we switch it up though. Like right before that song, there'll be like a reason why I don't fuck with him. Like not just like random, like, you know what, Trip, I don't fuck with you. I'll be like, Trip, you fucked up that last song like wicked bad, bro. I don't fuck with you no more. And like we would just go into that.
Yeah, good.
I feel like I remember that too, like the time that we performed together at Thrift.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you guys did that. The banter back and forth.
Yeah.
That was actually our first time performing together.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fucking cool, actually.
Yeah, we had another show coming up too. So it was like we had 2 shows like back-to-back weeks. So I was like, yo, this Thrift is gonna be a nice tune-up and like fucking let's really go for the next one. And at Thrift, when he hit me with the fucking like I don't fuck with you shit, I think that night I was like, that stays. Like that stays in the set. Like we do that all the time. Because it's like what we're talking about, it's the banter.
Yeah. Actually, it's funny that you say that too, because like I feel like most duos need that banter. To like go like that, fuck around, talk shit to each other, banter. Because like for instance, I went to go see Suicide Boys a couple years back,
Nice.
and they had a little bit where they stopped music and they were talking shit back and forth, and then they went into the next song. So like, I feel like that's almost like a staple for like duos. You know what I mean? Like they have to that little moment where you can vent at each other and be like, you know what, fuck you, like shut up. Like you've been pissing me off. You've been pissing me off all tour. You know what? Suck a dick. Shut up. Like,
yeah.
It's not even just artists though. We recently performed over at the Cultivators Cup where Busta Rhymes was headlining, and when Busta was on stage, he was having that kind of interaction with us, where he's just like, "Damn, you can't even hype me no more. You're getting old, bro." Like you just like, you're getting And then like they had something, I forget what the thing was with the DJ where he was going back and forth with the DJ.
Right.
I think he fucked up putting the wrong song in at the wrong time. When they were talking.
Right,
yeah. And something like that. And like
not yet.
That's fucking great.
Yeah. And then the whole thing with like Spliff when he was like, "Oh, you're getting too old, you can't hype me no more." And then Spliff was like, "Oh yeah," or something, and then Busta's like, "Yeah," and then they went and did that really fast joint that Busta has.
Okay.
Yeah, like one of the super fast ones, and then he was like, and Spliff hit every single fucking lib that he had to on the shit. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I can't. Let's fucking do it." And they're like, and then Busta always like before it goes, he's like, it's like, oh my god, and Spliff was just right there with him. It's fucking dope.
So for all we know, that could have been planned. Like we have it planned, but maybe that one wasn't. Who knows?
Maybe that was the first one, and they were like, "That stays."
Yeah.
Quick shout out to Kosher in the comments. I did. Right. I just wanted to give him a shout out before I'm like he gets lost in the comments and shit.
Shout out Kosher.
Real quick, I'm actually gonna pop into a song from you guys real quick. The song Blood that you guys just released on the Grind Mode Cypher channel. For everybody that's watching right now, if you could drop a like, share, a comment, fucking I don't care, send it to your baby mama, send it to your fucking drug dealer, send it to the guy at the bodega that sells you the Newports under the counter. I don't give a fuck who you send this to. Send it to somebody that likes dope fucking hip hop. That's all I care about.
Absolutely.
We're just trying to spread the gospel of dope fucking hip hop. So we're gonna get into this track, Blood, produced by Lingo, Barrio Bros, on the Grind Mode Cypher channel. Actually, hold on, let me drop the song a like real quick. Fucking
thank you.
Of course. And let's go.
Too much blood, it's just my luck. I ain't never gonna get this out of my rug. Everybody always wanna try to be a thug until they get a taste of their very own blood. Cause there's too much blood, it's just my luck. I ain't never gonna get this out of my rug. Everybody always wanna try to be a thug until they get a taste of their very own blood.
Everywhere, these rappers soft like a teddy bear. I'm in my bag again. I son a rapper like they dad again. It's fuck a badge again. We battle in the Vatican. Find a pope, hang him with a rope. Homie, start dragging him. I've been a tyrant. Seen violence with my iris. We all a virus. Yeah, we kill, but not with kindness. A flood of blood can't drown me. I'ma cut above. So ugly, I could only get a mother's love. Said they on the scene. I ain't seen them anywhere. Too much blood, cuz there's blood everywhere. Got no script for this movie, but I know it's action packed. I got an axe and he got an Uzi. We make moves, no clue what we about to do. We all die, but we surely dying after you. I pick and choose, murder rappers out of different crews. Think you fuck with Trip, little bitch? Must be
too much blood, it's just my luck. I ain't never gonna get this out of my rug. Everybody always wanna try to be a thug until they get a taste of their very own blood. Cause there's too much blood, it's just my luck. I ain't never gonna get this out of my rug. Everybody always wanna try to be a thug until they get a taste of their very own blood. son, we cause havoc for fun. You're acting so smug, I'll leave you leaking a gallon of blood. Try to call me out my name, you're getting wrapped in a rug. They rhyme tighter than the snatch of a Catholic nun. You bitches got me livid, I should be put in prison for going ape shit, so quit with all the monkey business. I made a comfy living out of making punks submissive. I've gotten under more skin than junkie syringes. I come from the trenches, bitch, I had to sort it out. So much blood, it's like I grew up in a slaughterhouse. But trust me, dog, there ain't shit to be distraught about, cause I've been there and done that, we can cross it out. Barrio brothers, best believe we come the hardest. You know that talk is cheap, and Johnny never bargains. I'ma prove that I'm elite, and the rest are garbage. And if I don't catch your eye, I'll rip it out. Too much blood, it's just my luck. I ain't never gon' get this out of my rug. Everybody always wanna try to be a thug until they get a taste of their very own blood. Cause there's too much blood, it's just my luck. I ain't never gon' get this out of my rug. Everybody always wanna try to be a thug until they get a taste of their very own blood.
Killing everything, I call it fate. Word to God, eating everything that's on the plate. Let them starve. Every night I dream a big house. Fly cars, coward must be lying if you thinking you could try ours.
We abuse them all, ain't no truth involved. We just going through the motions like Newton's laws. I'm a proven boss, your whole crew is lost. Go against us, then you dudes just choose a loss.
Buck dump shots, rappers in my lunchbox. ACAB, in other words, fuck cops. They want mug shots every time the blood drops. Tell them that I'll quit killing rappers when the fun stops.
You think that's bad? Just see how bold we get. Don't know what's in store, Walmart associate. Take the mask off so they know who the culprit is. This ain't too much blood, this amount is too much blood. It's just my luck. I ain't never gon' get this out of my rug. Everybody always wanna try to be a thug until they get a taste of their very own blood. Cause there's too much blood, it's just my luck. I ain't never gon' get this out of my rug. Everybody always wanna try to be a thug until they get a taste of their very own blood.
Jesus.
Hey.
That shit slaps harder than a fucking... Oh, I had jokes, but we're live right now. Oh. That shit slapped harder than an angry parent.
Oh,
My God.
that was me earlier.
Peace Ispani. I hope I'm saying that right.
Thank you, Johnny. But yeah, that song was fun to do, man. That was the only track on our EP where we go back and forth, which we're obviously going to be doing more of that in the future as well. But yeah, that one was really fun to do. The beat was super dope. Had the One Blood sample, which was really cool.
Yep.
I think that was like what immediately drew me to the song. I don't know about you, Trip, but when we were beat picking. Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, yeah, familiar sample, and shit like that. I forget who it was. It's not Barrington Levy, but Barrington Levy also sung this on a Shine album back in the day. So it's an album I grew up listening to, and the sample immediately reminded me of that. And so I was drawn right in. We had a plethora of lingo beats to go through, and this one kind of stuck out, like Johnny said. So it was one of the 7, I believe, we chose. 6 lingo beats, actually, 5 lingo beats, and 2 other producers, and Odomini being one, and Versace, Versace being the other one. But anyway, yeah, dope beat, dope song. Johnny and I come together on the last verse, and I was like, we haven't done fucking, I don't know whose idea it was, but we had realized that we hadn't done any back-to-back type shit. And something that always, like, being a part of Grandma's Cypher, every time we see it back-to-back with some artists, it always goes over very well with the fans and the general public and shit. And they always comment about it, and it sticks out in a positive way. So I was surprised that Johnny and I waited so long to do the back and forth for the EP, but the EP came out great. It's the Super Barrio Bros EP. If you haven't heard it, it's on all streaming services. You can find it on YouTube as well. You can also follow Product of America channel, which is my channel, or Johnny ConCepTz channel, and find the EP there as well. And yeah, dope little piece of work. I don't know if you want me to get right into, like, Johnny and I created the Super Barrio Bros EP. Thank you for pulling that up. That looks dope. So
Of course.
we created this EP while we were working on Behind the Grind, and this was a baby. This was birthed around the same time Behind the Grind was birthed. So
Okay.
we're at Johnny's recording the original series of Behind the Grind before we moved into our own separate spaces and stuff like that. So Johnny and I recording a few volumes Behind the Grind, and I was recording Grind Mode Cypher verses there. I had been doing that and stuff. That's why I even approached Johnny about being my co-host for Behind the Grind. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna need another talking head, bro. Like I don't want to run the whole show myself. So I want to be being able to smoke a blunt or fucking do whatever I can do and have somebody there.
True.
I'll do it. I'm like, all right, cool. So Johnny and I ran with it, and it's been going on now. We have volume 54 coming up this week with Teamu Denku. We just had Libsey, and we feature exclusively the Grind Mode Cypher affiliates. So it's really cool, man. We're live on the channel bi-weekly on Thursdays. That's the Grind Mode Cypher YouTube channel, and it's a good time always.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't have nothing to add to that. That was perfect.
We done.
Shout out Tragic in the comments. Thank you for tuning in, homie. So I do want to say that yes, the One Blood sample that's got to be one of my favorite hip hop samples.
Yeah.
It's in there in the top at least 10, 15. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like it's such a solid sample. You guys honestly killed it, and Lingo did created a masterpiece with that beat. So you 100% you guys nailed it.
Thank you, man.
I do plan on playing something from the EP in a little bit.
Okay.
But first, we have to we gonna check your six. So we have top sixes for both of you. It's the same one. Well, same ones. I need to know your top 6 mainstream artists, your top 6 albums, and your top 6 local artists.
Ooh.
Okay. One question: is it top 6 like
no order, no particular order?
Order and from any era, or like do they have to like be?
Oh, it could be any era.
Okay, so because someone may have been mainstream years ago, but they're not mainstream now. But
yeah, that's totally cool.
All right.
What as long as they were considered mainstream at one point.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. So, which one are we doing first?
Go ahead. Just say which one you're gonna start doing first. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, whichever one you want.
Yeah.
Top 5 mainstream artists.
6.
Top 6.
Yeah, top 6. Come on, bro.
Okay.
Check your 6.
Eminem's up there. Tupac is up there. Notorious B.I.G. is up there. And then I'd have to go Lil Wayne and Drake.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a weird list, but
yeah.
We got one more.
Oh yeah, 6. And I'll put 50 Cent in there too.
Ooh.
Okay.
Ooh, good one.
Okay.
Good. Man, 50 gets overlooked. All right.
Does.
All right, here we go. Top 6 mainstream artists. Coach says Drake. Yeah. Oh, go
Soldier Boy face Drake.
Go listen to Johnny's music and tell me you don't hear the influence. Soldier Boy.
He even said it too.
I love the fact that Johnny's a Drake fan because it brings out cool ass sides of Johnny's music. Anyway,
that's fair.
Hold on. Top 6. Oh my god, I'm such a dick. Mainstream artists. We're gonna go. My favorite rapper of all time is Jay-Z. It's got to be number 1. My second favorite rapper of all time, the Notorious B.I.G. My guy. That's got to be number 2. Third, I gotta say number 3. Gosh, it's probably oh, you know what? I'm gonna throw a curveball in there after number 3, but for number 3, I'm gonna stick to my guns and I'm gonna go with the generic answer of Nas. So you've got probably a lot of people's top 3, especially for my era, right? I'm gonna throw a curveball at you for number 4, and it's a new era rapper who brings the flavor of the old school. Oh shit, I can't name him because we're talking about mainstream rappers, and he's not quite there yet. Hold on. So what we can do then is, who did I give you? Jay-Z, Biggie, Nas. All right.
Yep.
Next, we're gonna go with Meth at number 4. The good old METHOD man.
Method Man is my favorite rapper. I didn't include him as a mainstream artist, so I guess you can put him in mine too.
Honorary mention.
Yeah, honorable mention. Facts. Who else we got? I'm so glad Johnny reminded me of 50 that I'm gonna take 50 and throw him in my 5th spot conveniently.
Hey.
So we got 50 in the 5th.
With the ding in the background.
With the ding. And
Sorry, I hid my alerts, but it's still fucking dinging.
All right, you're a popular guy. He's the more popular Barrio, bro, if you will. He's the Mario, if you will. And let's see, number 6, I'm gonna go with probably like Pac.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's super solid.
Yeah. I'm a solid guy.
So your top 6 albums now.
Johnny.
Top 6 albums. Marshall Mathers LP, Get Rich or Die Trying, Ready to Die, Enter the 36 Chambers.
He's stuck at 4, huh?
Illmatic.
Hey, okay.
Shit.
I didn't hear a Drake album.
It's not on there.
Oh wow.
Well,
He's good. Drake's good, but not top 6 album good.
Right. Top 6 all time good, just doesn't have a solid piece of work.
Yeah, his work is spread around. It's not like concise in one album. But so I'm gonna go with 421 the day after I met the man.
Ooh,
okay.
Good one. That's a really good one, actually. As a matter of fact, okay, here we go. My favorite albums of all time, top 6. You already know it's gonna be, because I'm the biggest Jay-Z fan. You already know that there's probably gonna be a couple Jay-Z albums scattered throughout this list.
Makes sense.
I'll tell you that, all right. So Reasonable Doubt would be my all-time favorite album. I could listen to that album on repeat for the rest of my life, and I wouldn't be mad about it. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I really like what was the first M joint? The Slim Shady joint?
Yeah,
Slim Shady.
Well, technically, I was about to say technically.
Infinite was his first joint, right? Non-studio release. But then when he became mainstream, Slim Shady was his first release.
Right.
So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna throw that album up on there too. Infinite, solid piece of work, honorable mention. Dope ass. When I learned about Eminem and went back and found Infinite, I was blown away. I was mind fucked. But anyway, probably like The Chronic. Ooh.
Okay.
Let's see. And another Jay-Z album, The Blueprint. And then I've probably got a couple of Nas albums to end out my list. And I know I don't sound very well rounded, and I realize how that's coming off right now, and I'm seeing my downfall in life. But however, I like what I know, and I know what I like. So that being said, Nas Illmatic and Nas Stillmatic to round out the list.
Yeah, Stillmatic was like 7 or 8 on mine.
No doubt. All right. So the last one, it's funny because I've never been asked this stipulation until last week because I never thought of it. So you guys can, this list is your top 6 local artists, no particular order. Because obviously we don't want people to feel like, oh, I should have been higher than that person. Like, no particular order, your top 6 local artists.
So are we including like Mass too, or like just kind of like the Rhode Island area?
Oh, well, that's right. You guys are Rhode Island, so it's this. I basically give this. This is kind of like a top 6 to basically shout out local artists in your area that are doing dope shit. That's kind of the reason behind this one, anyway.
Okay,
go for it.
I don't know if I'm ready yet, but
You want me to go?
Yeah, you go.
All right, so here we go. Rhode Island, 6 of them. We're gonna go number 1, the homie Messy Ty, aka Ty Cooper, aka Messy, aka Messy 3 times, aka I'm done.
Our top 6 names that Messi has come up with.
Yeah. Hold on, who else we got? Another homie who makes really great, unique hip hop / house music, and he really crosses that bridge and does it well. Peter Piffin.
Okay.
Peter Piffin, check him out, aka Piff Piff, aka Petey Piff, aka the Piffster. No, I'm just playing. I made all those ones up. Who else we got? Yeah, Ty Cooper is nice. Who else we got? All right, so I shouted out my boys Ty and Messi. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna throw T-Rads into that conversation. He's a Massachusetts artist. I'm gonna throw T-Rads, Thomas James in there, aka Thomas James, aka T-Rads, aka Trads, aka fucking it's Radley. Boo. What else we got? Let's see. I got another one too, but I'm saving it for a certain spot. I'm gonna go ahead and say number 4, Johnny ConCepTz. Johnny's constantly dropping shit and staying active and stuff. So hopefully this inspires him to start working on some new shit, potentially with me as well, which would be great. So I think Johnny ConCepTz is a really dope artist, and I think his work needs to be viewed by a lot more people.
Thank you for that.
Who else we got? Number 5, got to be the homie 5. Grime Mode Cypher affiliate, Joe Gorman, aka 5, aka Gorms, aka Gormy Gorm, aka the Kickball King, aka. Well, I have a thing going, so I got to stick with it now. And then
you didn't do that for when you named me. You didn't.
Yeah. But I did it earlier when I did my top 5.
All right.
Was that were we live or was that off camera when I was doing that? Yeah, I think I was off camera. I said Johnny Con, aka Johnny Con, aka Mr. Terciera. Oh yeah, that was on the show. All right, I got one more. Who's the number 6? Lingo.
Solid.
Lingo, aka Linguistic, aka Linguigi, aka aka Fletch, aka Ling Ling.
All right.
Half of those ones were real.
So again, we have a similar list. So my top 6 favorite from Rhode Island. I'm gonna throw Big G's in there. Ty Cooper is also one of my favorite. Trads is also one of my favorites. Thomas James. I'm gonna throw Ohms in there.
Ooh.
That's my dude.
Okay.
Trip B.
Oh, stop! Come on, man. Come on, man.
Lingo is obviously one of my favorites, but I don't want to say him because, it's obvious. Same thing with AOK, that's obvious. But another alright artist. I'm gonna go for a sleeper that no one really knows about. I don't know if he's still making music, but he's actually from West Warwick. Not a lot of people know who he is. But he used to record in my studio. I'm going to give him a shout out here. It goes by Dramatic. I helped that kid from the very beginning when he had nowhere to record, where he's just like a little asshole walking around high school. So I gave him a spot to record, and that kid has done nothing but that's going to be gay if I say it that way. He's done nothing but kill it completely. So the shit that he's doing now is very top tier, but yeah, that's my list.
Word. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Shout out Dramatic. We had convos about him.
Yeah, really, really dope artist. He recently had a baby, so I don't know if he's still making music or not, but I'll shout him out too.
So, out of those artists that you've both named, I know some of them you've already collabed with. Who out of those people would you be interested in collabing with the most, as soon as possible? Obviously, you'd be down to collab with all of them, or else you wouldn't have shouted them out.
But who if they all right now hit my inbox at the same exact time and we're like,
Who would you?
I need this back tomorrow. Like,
who would you be more anticipated on making a banger with?
For me, it's Lingo and Big G's.
That's a tough one for me. That's a real tough one for me. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say 5.
No doubt.
5. Yeah.
I had to hit y'all with that hard-hitting journalism.
Yeah.
Well, 5, if you're watching this, hit Trip up. 5 actually sending me a verse back.
Who is?
5.
Oh, nice.
Me, Tim, and Vendetta doing a remix to an old track.
Nice. Is the original Vendetta track gonna get done or no?
That's a question for Vendetta. That's
all right. So I'm behind the grind this Thursday when he pops in the room. I'll try to remember.
He did talk over at the Mass Appeal event, and he did mention it to me that it's coming. So okay. I assume, I don't know. I don't want to say too much because not that I know anything, but that should be dropping soon. So it'll be a dope record.
Definitely gonna have to be on the lookout for that. Well, speaking of fire music, I am gonna hop into a song from the EP. Is there any in particular that you guys want me to play?
Final Boss goes pretty hard. What else?
For me, it's either Final Boss or Stick Up. But if you're gonna play Stick Up, you should play the actual music video.
Ooh, I could do an actual music video.
Do that.
Let's videos.
Should be there.
Let's see.
Should we down a little further?
Down a little further, he says. Oh my gosh, how much further?
Stick Up behind the scenes.
No, it vanished.
Oh, no, it came off. It's on the Grimo Cypher page.
It's on the Grimo channel. Whoops. Damn, Libsey with the notifications on YouTube. That's like my biggest joy when I have the YouTube notifications.
It's all from like other channels and shit.
Oh, no shit, yeah. I love when I have the YouTube one.
So I believe that there's a Barrio Bros playlist.
Oh, that would be even more. That'd be even more convenient. There it is.
There it is, cuz.
Oh,
that's
wait.
bad.
Then
that's
go to. Might be on my playlist.
We're making it very difficult. Yeah, it's probably on Johnny's.
There
we go.
Yeah, the yellow John.
Perfect.
Johnny, you want to give a little script real quick?
Yeah. So what this song is about, it's in the title, but what the video is about, I should say, is where I'm Mario, he's Luigi, where the princess gets kidnapped, we're saving the princess. So that's the concept of the video. Really dope track. I don't know what else to say. You got anything to add to that?
No, that's it. Perfect.
All
right. Let's get into
it. Shout out Trade Films for all the help.
And shout out Lingo as well.
Oh, yeah, big facts.
Word. All right. Let's get it. Stick Up by Trip B and Johnny ConCepTz, Barrio Bros.
Make sure that's high def there, my friend. Let's go.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
I'm just playing. It's good enough.
No, we got that.
All right.
That 1080p.
That's it, cuz.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it.
Yeah, guys, I don't want to miss this shoot. Let's go.
No, I wouldn't miss my brother.
It's a stick up, everybody hit the ground. Don't you dare say a word and don't fuck around. Put the money in the bag, yo, we want it now. Put the money in the bag, yo, we want it now. Make me bust your head up. Yeah. You're dripping blood on my kicks, now I'm fed up. My stomping won't let up. Your baby mama start crying, screaming, get up. I blast her ass too, dumb bitch, this a setup. Where you heard that I was dead from. I'm sipping on this red rum till the feds come. 6 shots, then some. I told Johnny, grab the loot, boy, we gotta go. Barrio brothers, man, we always get the pot of gold. And I don't know if you gon' see us, we invisible. I sling a shell straight through your cart, you ain't critical. I battle bars, all you kick is bull like a matador. Matador. I put it to your skull, then I pull. Now you half as raw. Tripping John Con at the bar with some bomb blondes. Take them back, fill them up with meat like a wonton. Kill a beat, murder one, like it stole some. You don't know Barrio Bros, you don't know none. It's a stick up, everybody hit the ground. Don't you dare say a word and don't fuck around. Put the money in the bag, yo, we want it now. Put the money in the bag, yo, we want it now.
Give me the loot, give me the loot, I'm a bad man. Still seeing through these pussies like a CAT scan. I'm quick to end your good time like the last dance. Now everybody hit the ground, it's your last chance. It's Johnny Con and I'm known to get very petty. Prepped and ready to leave contemporaries dead and buried. To stop me, you better do whatever's necessary. But that'll be the day, like the 29th of February. Woo! Get up off me, I'm who the boss be. For a few G's, best believe I'll kill him softly. Better leave with caution, cause we got something sitting by the waist. And I swear that it ain't a drawstring. I'ma go for the throat. You folks are the foes that I done chose to expose. You don't wanna piss me off, you better hope that you don't. Cause my riders get out of line like the coaster is broke, you heard?
That shit was fucking fire.
Oh, thank you.
So my only issue, though, because I do have one issue with the video, is that Johnny was wearing red.
Yeah.
And you had the missed opportunity to wear a green shirt underneath the vest.
That was what was supposed to happen.
In my defense,
bad blood.
my wardrobe does not contain any green. And I really don't think it was a concept until we pulled up to the shoot and Johnny was just like, I have a red shirt. Or it was, we were about to meet up and he texted me like before, like leaving the house type shit. And he was like, FYI, wearing my red shirt. And I'm like, well, I don't have a green shirt. So,
bro, you have lingo at your fingertips that could have made you a product of America green shirt for you.
Oh, you think he would just drop everything for me?
Well, no, but like,
hold on, kid. Trip needs a green POA shirt. Probably not.
I mean,
probably not.
Well, all right. So maybe at your fingertips was a bad wording, but but you know,
we need the green Barrio shirt.
Yeah. I have a red one. I haven't tried it on the green.
But kudos to you, Libsey, for noticing Johnny's red attire.
Yes.
Yes, and putting the concept together and shit. Good shit. You know what I mean?
See, I'm a big fucking nerd, and I'm a big Nintendo nerd, so I really genuinely like the Barrio Bros like theme. Like, I like that aesthetic for you guys. So it's just, I've always been actually, I don't know if you can see it behind me, but it's a canvas. It's a canvas of the old school of the original Super Mario.
Yep, that is yep. Number one. That's on the
so
end.
Like, yep. I'm dude. I love Mario.
Yeah.
Actually, that particular game, I can make it to World 8 and beat the game within like 7 minutes.
Stop it.
I know all the like little fucking warp shortcuts and shit.
That's dope.
Yeah,
it's just to kind of tell a little story about where Barrio Bros came
like a
from.
Speed run.
Yeah, so we were doing Behind the Grind, and we were recording. We were about 4 tracks in, so we were like, well, what are we gonna call this album? Or like, what are we're pretty much a duo now, so we need like a duo name. And we were just kind of like bullshitting. Honestly, I think we like came up with like 3 different names, and then I was sitting in my chair and I was just like, I don't know, the fucking Barrio Brothers.
Yeah.
And like Trip was like, that's it right there. Like, let's move on. And I was just like, okay.
Yeah,
it works.
Right. Yeah, I didn't know how it was gonna work, but for the point of time, it was fun, and like we were having fun, and everything was coming together so quickly and smoothly that it's like, all right, well, what's our name? And then like, you know, oh, it's the Barrio Brothers, and I'm like, oh, I like it, like, and the marketing's already there, like it's a home run, it's like set up, so you just switch out the M for the B, and we take a logo, and we fucking boom, that's our logo, and now we can do like we had the whole concept for the video because like you know, because of the story of Super Mario Brothers and the princess and shit like that. Like it already gave us a whole direction to go in, and it was something
Literally.
you know, just very simple, and it gave us like a blueprint to follow, and like let's just do this. So you know, when the EP starts, it starts with an interlude, a little skit of you know, I'm playing the Mario game, and you can hear the patent sound effects in the back, and you know, Johnny walks in, yo, Trip, what's up? And I'm like, nothing, man, just playing this Mario. You know, I can't get past this level, and you can hear the guy dying in the background and shit like that. You know,
Yeah.
so it gave us a bunch of cool things to do. We picked a video game beat for the title track, Super Mario Bros. We picked the beat that was the Versace beat, and it just came together nicely, man. Yeah, Mario Bros.
And I think it originally started as just the name of the EP, and then when we I think when we released the first two songs off the EP, like people just started calling us the Barrio Bros, and then so we were like, all right, well, I guess we're the Barrio Bros now because this is clicking.
Right.
So
yeah, we were just Trip B and Johnny ConCepTz, and it was the Barrio Bros, like the project, like that was gonna be, you know, the project name. So then people are just like, oh, Barrio Bros in the building, and then it's like, oh, I guess we are them. They are us, and we are them.
So that's dope too, because like now you can like do another project where it's like Barrio Bros Galaxy or some shit like that. You know, you can do actual game titles.
Mhm.
Oh, we're cooking. We got some ideas. Yep.
See that?
We got some great ideas. Super Smash Brothers. Super, you know, bring in the homies, do some Smash Brother type shit.
See, that would be sick.
You know what I mean?
Everybody picks a character,
Right.
Or like, you know,
A persona.
Yeah, or like, you know, featuring like Barrio Bros featuring like Link, Donkey Kong,
You know what
and
I'm saying?
Pikachu,
Facts.
and underneath each name, it's in parentheses the actual artist.
That'd be dope. And then you shoot the video, and it's like Link, and then it's like fucking whoever, Libsey.
So I actually have a Pikachu costume. That's actually because I got married on Halloween.
Oh wow!
Yeah, my wife and I got matching Pikachu costumes from the actual Pokemon company, like the official.
Cool.
Like I don't know if you've ever seen like the videos of like the Pokemon celebrations where the whole title of the videos in Japanese, but it's like 100 fucking Pikachus all like dancing in line and shit, and they do like a dance or some shit.
Right.
Fucking, it's literally that costume. Like it's literally the exact same one from the company.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, they were. I think they were like $225 each. They were pretty fucking expensive.
Right.
But it was worth it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I have a fucking official Pokemon costume that I can use for whatever I want now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Just run up on little kids. That's what I do.
I could do birthday parties and get paid for it.
Oh, that's big facts right there, son. Wow.
And just be like, Pikachu, like where?
Yeah, bro. You should
like fuck it.
Really post that. Pikachu party? ? Hit me up.
Well, you know what? That might bring in some weirdos. So I might need to be careful with who I market.
But not only do you have a Pikachu, you have two Pikachu.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that's wild. So it's like a legit Pikachu party.
So I can double the cost.
Yeah. Love it.
So far in this podcast, we came up with a profession for Trip, and now we have a profession for you. And
That's right.
We're good to go.
Now we just need you next.
Yeah, I'm next on the list.
Yeah, we'll think of something.
So if you've been enjoying the stream, for everybody that's watching, please share. You know, the more people that get to watch these streams, and the more people that get to watch, you know, get to see new hip hop weekly. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to introduce people to dope artists, have dope conversations, and fucking just have a good time. So if this is a stream for you and this is a show for you, share it, subscribe, you know, come back next week. Don't worry, the show's not over. I just wanted to say that real quick. But we are going to get into the next segment of the show. We are going to talk about some weird ass fucking news and some random news that's happened over the last week or so. One of the news stories actually that I just came across today did happen in like the end of November, so fuck it. But I just saw it, so I'm like, this is really interesting. I want to talk about it. But anyways, so there's been a lot of controversy with the whole transgender people in sports.
Oh yeah.
That's a very like polarizing topic. I'm guaranteed to lose at least like 2 viewers due to this topic, but it's okay. But I see what this organization is trying to do, and I really see it. I don't think it's a bad idea. You know what I mean? The International Boxing Associate organization is starting a transgender league over safety concerns. So it actually makes sense.
Yeah.
And like they say right here, it's a quote from the president of the World Boxing Council, and he says, "We will not allow ever a transgender born a man to fight a woman who was born a woman."
Right.
You know what I mean? So like that makes sense. You know what I mean?
So they're gonna have like a trans woman division and then a trans man division. Is that what is going on?
It's gonna be the same. I guess it's gonna be the same division, but fighters are gonna be matched up based on what they were born as.
So if you're going as what you were born as, doesn't that defeat the whole purpose of claiming another sexuality?
Not necessarily, I guess. I don't know. I'm not.
Well, if I want a box, then I'm not even going to ask that question. I just want a box. So I'm going to be like,
Yeah.
All right, I was born a fucking man. Fuck it. Yes. And I want a box. So let me beat somebody's head in who looks like a woman.
So it says here, transgender fighters will be organized by a at birth rule, meaning a trans female fighter born a man can only box against fellow trans fighters born a man. And the same goes for women as well. Okay. So they can only fight, if they're a female, but they were born as a man, they can only fight females that were born as men.
Right.
And vice versa.
I agree. I think science is like, trust the fucking science. Well, the science that I trust is that a born man is more physically dominant than a born woman I'd say in 99 out of 100 cases. You do have the rare occurrence, but like at the same time, it is time to do this. We have a lot of transgender athletes who don't have a place and they don't have a home.
True.
The gentleman from the WBC is telling you, we would never allow these boxers to fight otherwise. So at this point, they're doing what they have to do. As a transgender person, hopefully that community respects and understands that this is what has to be done. And it's kind of like, I wouldn't even say it's like a meeting place, whereas like, oh, we wanted to be in the normal divisions. Like I agree with the gentleman who said there's a safety concern there. And that's literally the only reason why they shouldn't fight in the normal division is simply due to a safety concern. I don't care what the fuck you're born as, what you identify as today is tomorrow, but I truthfully do believe that a born man could do some damage to a naturally born woman.
Agreed.
I agree with that 100%.
So kudos to them for starting the transgender league. Maybe we'll see it in more sports soon. And in that community, I had no idea how many like awesome athletes were transgender, and it's cool. So.
Like I agree about them having their own league, but I don't correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know anything about it, but isn't from their point of view, like, wouldn't they want to be like in the regular leagues just to be, because they want to be recognized as that type of that gender or whatever? They don't want to be told what they are. Right. So if you tell them like, hey, you're going to fight in this transgender league because you're transgender, then they're going to be like, all right, well, now you're categorizing me. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's a fair point.
Right. And I think at that point, if you want to fight, you're going to fight. And at that point, we're not talking sexuality, we're talking fighter. Are you a fighter? Or are you not? Because if somebody says like, what's your favorite sport, Libsey? If somebody was like, tomorrow you can be a professional skater, but you know, but you have to go through X, Y, and Z. You'd be like, all right, I mean, it's different for us because we have no problem saying we were born a man or whatever. And I'm sure a lot of transgender women don't either. They have no problem saying I was born a man and But you know, if you had to go through something like that to play your favorite sport or participate in your favorite sport, it's a small thing, I feel like. And like, you know, and Johnny does have a point. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't feel like it's a meeting place. Like, oh, well, we'll still let you box professionally, but you're going to do it in the transgender league. Like, I don't even think it's like that. I think it's like you have to do it this way because this is the only way due to safety.
That's fair.
Came in at the perfect time, no?
Right?
Due to safety.
That was the World Boxing Council.
Liking the tweet and shit. They're like, yeah.
They were like, you guys got it.
Either that or it's the trans community shutting us down.
Asshole.
Listen, man. It was an interesting topic.
Oh, for sure.
So, another interesting topic. I'm sure you guys have TikTok on your phone.
Yeah.
Yes. For sure.
So, there's been a lot of talk about banning TikTok in the US.
Mm-hmm.
Again, due to safety concerns,
Mm-hmm.
which I actually understand. You know, I kind of get it.
Mm-hmm.
So the US has already started taking the first steps into doing so, as the US House bans TikTok from official devices.
Wow. Yeah. So is this due to the algorithms? The fact that it is now public knowledge that algorithms in places like China, where if I'm in China and I pick up my TikTok, and I have the same interests as Johnny ConCepTz in West Warwick, Rhode Island, United States of America, I still see a different algorithm, even slightly more positive in most scenarios, like more positive messages and more positive things in a place like China, which is where TikTok's home is, as opposed to the things that they show North Americans. Are you privy to that? And is this why TikTok is being banned on official devices?
So, from what I understand, the reason why TikTok is being banned from official devices is because of the security threat. They're worried about I think it's ByteDance.
Okay.
No, yeah, ByteDance. I'm pretty sure it is. That company that makes TikTok. They're worried about the Chinese government coming in and kind of doing so much as like a hostile takeover,
right,
because that company has so much user data.
Right.
And that user data spreads all over the country, all over the world. So they're the thought and the worry amongst the US officials is that they can easily have their phones hacked through having TikTok on their phones.
Right. So if the Chinese government wants to hack somebody in the White House, all they have to do is hack their TikTok account, and which is probably easy for them to do, which they probably already do, which maybe even Washington has knowledge of them already doing this, which is why it's being banned.
According to the government, from what I understand, they don't like. The company has been saying, all right, you know what? I'm just going to read the article. Users who install the short form video app on any house mobile device will be asked to remove the software, according to the notice, which was provided to CNN, blah, blah, blah. The notice identifies TikTok as a, quote, high risk to users due to a number of security risks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to...
it says there is no evidence that this has actually occurred, though the company last week confirmed that it fired 4 employees who improperly accessed the TikTok user data of 2 journalists on the platform.
See?
So these guys were basically showing like how easy it was to hack TikTok.
Right. Yeah, that's wild.
Makes sense, though.
Your phones are listening to you guys. If you didn't know, I'm here to break the fucking news. Whether you got TikTok or you don't got TikTok, your phone's listening to every word you are saying, especially keywords. It's very simple for the AI in the phone to pick up a keyword, as simple as saying, "Hey Siri, hey Google." Sorry if anyone's shit just went off. But just as simply as you doing that, your phone's picking up on all kinds of keywords: retail items, merchandise items, medicine items, brands, clothing options. I need a new hoodie. I need coffee. We ran out of coffee. Hey babe, I need coffee. Guess what I'm gonna see in the next few days on my phone?
Guaranteed.
You know, and so your phone's listening to you. You can shut it off. Conspiracy theorists said 30 years ago that you were going to have, that the government was going to be listening to every word you said and be watching everything you did. And people were like, yeah.
And guess what? Everyone's got a phone in their pocket.
Years.
We all willingly do it. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? I need my phone. Well, the phone is a great device when it's used properly. However, would the American government ever give us something that great without there being like something on their end that's even greater? You know what I mean? Like, they're 50 years ahead of us, bro. They know exactly what they're doing. Have this little toy. The things that you can do with this toy, which is 101. It's like the painter tool, the 5-in-1. I got 5 tools in one, bro. This is who has a calculator anymore? Who has anything? This is 101, right? Well, for them, it's a 201 because they can. You know what I'm saying? That's my point.
Yeah.
Shit, I use my phone as my calculator. Who you kidding?
Same. Only got 10, 20 digits though.
Yeah, you like literally gives you everything. You got your calculator, you got an alarm clock, you got your compass, you got like all this fucking shit that if you ever in a situation, like you got it. So why not have a device like that?
Not only that, bro. My favorite part of a translator.
Mm-hmm.
I translate. Yeah. I work with people who speak Spanish and Portuguese and shit. No problem. Yo, you missed a spot painting the wall. Play it back. See, there was the translate right there. See. Okay. Dude, my phone just did that for me. I didn't take fucking 16 years of Spanish. I don't need to. I spoke English into my phone. My phone said, "Here you go, motherfuckers."
Yep.
These things, everything. It can do all that for us. Imagine what it does for them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Who knows?
Or imagine the capability of what it can do that we haven't discovered yet.
Right. Yep.
So speaking of needing a translator, the biggest fucking Chad on the planet was just arrested recently, and I think it's pretty funny, and I want to talk about it. Incendiary influencer Andrew Tate and brother arrested on sex trafficking allegations.
Wow.
This is fucking hilarious. Just the fact that this dickhead finally got arrested.
Right. In Romania.
Yup. Let's fucking...
That looks like the project. What the hell are they doing?
They didn't even knock that shit down.
Yeah. How many billy clubs do you need?
That's crazy. They just fucking walked right in.
That shit's so funny to me.
I bet you if that was in Compton, California, they'd fucking knock that door down.
Oh, yeah.
Yup.
They just walked in.
Wow. That's him right there. That's Tate right there, I think.
Nah, I think that was the brother.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Because Tate's bald.
Touche.
But either way.
Crazy.
Good.
I wonder what'll come that. How when was that posted?
That was shit. Give me 2 seconds because I just cleared it out. That was December 29th.
Wow. Yeah, this week.
Yep.
Fuck that guy.
Friday. That was like Thursday night.
They were detained on kidnapping and rape charges.
Wow.
As well as the sex trafficking shit.
Oof.
So
all them sex traffickers need to fucking get brought to light.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That flight log, man, that shit's been out. No moves have been made on it for Epstein, the Epstein shit. No moves have been made. Nothing's going on with it. It's like a dead subject. And people are still being arrested for this shit. like Andrew Tate and his brother. And it's like, yo, what is this crazy place we live in, man? It's there's so much there's so much evil going on. We need to praise the good more often, and we need to really acknowledge and embrace the good in your life. And if you gotta search it out and look for it because you have such little good, you still gotta look for it because the world's a fucking crazy place where shit like sex trafficking goes on and slavery still goes on in many countries and even in this country and shit like that. So it's just a sad world for as beautiful as it is. It's a pretty sad place we live.
Agreed.
Peace, Ispani. Thank you. So I know you guys smoke weed. You know, sliding into the next topic. So are you guys do you guys get your weed from the dispensary or from people on the street?
It's a good question. Go ahead, Johnny.
So I actually don't smoke. I'm like an occasional smoker.
Okay, fair enough.
But I do edibles, and yes, I get it from a dispensary. It obviously just opened up in Rhode Island, and I went to Rise. I actually hit up Trip prior to me going there, and I was just like, "Bro, I don't know shit about weed. So can you come help me pick some shit out?" So, but
like, nah, bro, leave me alone.
But yeah, the dispensary was like, it was weird. It was almost like walking into like a CVS and like getting your prescription. It was just like it was very strange.
I love it.
Yeah, me too. Well, I got to say this about the dispensary Johnny went to. So they just converted it over to rec here in Rhode Island. We just went legal recreation use on December 1st. So where Johnny went to is my old medical dispensary. I'm a medical patient here in Rhode Island. And it used to be a beautiful thing to go over there, man. You were in and out. The people were very friendly. You could shop online and find all the information you want to know about every strain that was in the building, every edible, all types of shit from the most random piece of information you could find. Now, since we've gone rec, a larger company took advantage of the opportunity and they bought out the smaller medicinal only dispensary. And now they are, instead of Summit, they are known as Rise, which is also like known as the big entity Green Thumb. So if a Green Thumb comes to your area, fucking run. So they've driven up the prices. The medical patients aren't a priority anymore. It's kind of like they've converted over to the rec side. And you can't get as much help with your medicine or finding information online and shit like that. So unfortunately, Johnny didn't get to see how great of an experience it can be. He said all he said about it was like a CVS, but at one point in time, it was like an even more amazing experience where you were going to learn something when you went in there, and you were going to retain that knowledge for the next time you went in and compound on that knowledge and gain even more. And it was like a super dope experience. Anyone who's ever been to a good dispensary knows that. And but now it is what it is. It's wrecking.
It was weird because like they didn't really have as many people working. I don't know if it was because of that or if this is how they do it now. But it was all on fucking kiosks. And like I said, I'm not a smoker, so I don't know nothing about no strands or like what's good and what's not, like what's going to calm me down. So I'm literally going through this kiosk and I'm like, what the fuck do I even choose? Like, you know what I mean? I was like, I have no clue. Right. So it would have been nice like to be like it was before.
You walk up to the counter. Yep, you walk up to the counter. The strains are there in the shelf display, like you're at a bakery, and they have all the different jars, about an eighth's worth of all the different jars of strains, put together by sorted in price. So your first shelf, bang, for instance, $35 eighths. Second shelf, $39 eighths, and so on until you got to the bottom shelf, which was actually the top tier weed. And you'd go in there and you'd be like, I'm looking for something in this price range, and I can't fucking sleep at night. So and people in there who'd be like, this is it right here, man. This is the one. This is gonna put you to bed like a fucking baby and shit like that. Now you go, and even as a medical patient, they want you to shop on a kiosk. The kiosk doesn't have any fucking information. The kiosk just says, how much of this weed do you want? This is this much THC. Motherfucker, there's more to weed than just the THC. I need to know some other shit. Like, I don't care that it's 18%. I want to know some other shit about it. So it's just a less personal experience now. And you can tell the corporate corporate greed came into play a little bit, shit like that.
So I'm also a medical patient over here in Mass. So I've done, I've obviously, done the recreational side, but I've now been doing the medical side. And I love it. Like the dispensary that I typically go to, Basque, over here in Fairhaven, fucking I'll place an order online and I'll walk in, I'll obviously walk in, fucking I'll be getting ready to be at the counter and they'll be like, "What's up, Libsey?" Like they know me by name. You know
Right.
what I mean? So like it's cool as fuck. Like
Right.
even when I place the order as, Aaron Liberty, like they know me as Libsey. I actually shot a music video with Obese in that fucking dispensary.
Nice. That's dope.
So yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
good
like
times.
yeah, I love going to good dispensaries.
Right.
Like
Right.
it's definitely the experience.
Yeah, any dispensary in general. I mean, it's a cool experience. If you guys haven't been to a recreational dispensary, I suggest going to check it out. Even if you're not a heavy smoker, they have other things there as well. They have like the edibles
Yep.
that you might want to try, and I suggest start small. But the people there will tell you that, and if you're not a smoker or whatever, take a Friday night and eat a fucking couple of gummies and put on a movie you haven't seen and enjoy that experience. So there's more to do there than just flower, and it's a cool place to check out.
True.
I don't know why I'm giving them more money in promotion. They're gonna do
One thing I noticed about the dispensary too is that it draws from every different walk of life you could ever see. Like,
oh yeah,
Yup.
like I was just like,
good
just
point.
sitting there in line, just kind of like people watching, and I was just like, whoa,
Right.
like there's people from like every community here. Like it doesn't like it was just I don't know.
That's
I
the
get-
cool thing. That's the cool thing about weed. It brings people together of different cultures.
That's right. Yeah, it's one of the few
It's a
things.
very-
that does that.
Yeah, facts. It's a very communal. It's a very communal plant.
Right.
Yeah, like you'll see like someone that's like 85 years old, just like sitting in there. Then
Yeah.
like
18-year-old patient walks in behind him, holds the door for the 80-year-old guy on his walker. That guy's there for his cataracts and his fucking glaucoma. The 18-year-old's there because he's fucking depressed and don't know it, and getting high makes him happy.
yeah.
And they're both in the dispensary together. Hey, sir. Hey, young man. Fucking best friends. They're gonna run into each other next month, and they're gonna be like, hey.
Like we should hang out and smoke sometime.
That's
You know
it.
what I mean?
Yeah.
I always remember this one scene. What you said always takes me back to this one scene in the movie Half Baked with Dave Chappelle. It was like one of his first movies he did, right? And where the 40-year-old dad is in the room, and the camera's panning from window to window, and it's like in this window, the 40-year-old dad trying to figure out how to bond with his son, and the dad like lights up a bowl. And then like in this window, the son and the kid's sitting there smoking a bowl, like not doing shit. And they don't know how to bond. They don't know how, and like you said, it's a communal plant. Like there's their bonding shit right there. Why don't they go knock on the door? Like you smell the shit, go bond with your son.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just because weed has that stigma, even when that movie came out, it wasn't legal yet, and there's still a stigma around weed. So, but I'm glad that in our lifetime, weed's taken the jumps that it has. And I can only imagine what it's going to be like when, we're like Amsterdam and shit, where we have cafes we can consume the marijuana in as well. We're already there with some places, shout out to like the Tetrahydra Club in Rhode Island, where you can go and enjoy your medicine and stuff like that. It's really cool. They're always holding up some kind of event and stuff like that. So I'm looking for like more opportunities like that, like cool places like a movie theater where you can go enjoy your fucking cannabis, because you can already drink in the theaters, right? So that's next, although
that would be amazing.
they've kind of banned smoking indoors, so I don't know how that would work, especially at a place like a public movie theater. But maybe it's specifically catered to alcohol and weed, like come get fucked up movies. That's it.
See, that would be sick.
You know what I mean?
Shout out.
They got a mushroom bar too.
There's the profession for me right there.
Hey,
Right.
shout out Louis in the chat. He's the host of the Not Your Average Mustache pod gaming stream.
Where?
Hey, that's what's up.
But the reason why I brought up weed was because there's apparently a plant disease that is threatening the Massachusetts marijuana growing industry.
Oh no.
And yeah. And actually I found this interesting. Marijuana growing in Massachusetts is becoming the state's largest agricultural crop, surpassing the iconic cranberry.
Wow.
The iconic cranberry.
Right, fact.
which is wild.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is.
But
See how
Yeah.
much money you've been missing out on, Mr. Government. See how much money you've been missing out on, you taxing bastards.
exactly,
Now
could have had this years ago.
Yeah, they're like, oh my God, what were we doing? Yeah.
But
So do we have a name somewhere in that article of this disease and potentially like what it's doing to the plants? I
that
see there, it can change the genetic makeup. So I'm aware that marijuana plants, cannabis, the plant cannabis, can be a hermaphrodite.
yes,
I don't know if you guys were aware of that. So the plant can actually switch. You might have a female that has no seeds, and then you clone it and shit, and then the next one grows, and it's a female with no, and then you just start, and then you clone it again, and then boom, it's a male.
yeah.
Wait, what? So I guess there's apparently also a disease that can cause that.
So this is called hop latent viroid.
Wow.
The issue with it is it can affect the plant's potency. It can stunt the growth of the plant, and eventually it can change the genetic makeup of the plant.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
Spreads easily.
yeah, and it's hard to detect visually before it's too late.
Oh no.
Yeah,
When it comes to the standards of cannabis, it's more strict than OSHA standards. That's wild.
facts.
Anyone who's ever worked construction knows about the OSHA boys and girls.
I actually have my 10-hour OSHA card.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I got it in high school.
You are OSHA. Oh, you're OSHA certified.
Yeah.
And then we are back in the hospital.
Well, if we end up smoking some of this diseased weed, we might be in the hospital.
Facts. We're gonna start hearing bars about the disease weed.
Y'all smoking on disease weed.
So
Disease
my
weed.
question is, even though like it's like fucking up the genetic makeup of it and all that shit, is it like still okay for people to smoke it?
Oh,
Probably not.
Yeah.
good point.
Because I honestly, like, if it's killing the weed,
I think
that
it
would
would've
probably that bacteria would probably like go and sit in your lungs or some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the funk or the whatever it is. Yeah. Unsmokable, unconsumable marijuana.
Yeah.
I'd be pissed, boy. Imagine.
All of a sudden, that shit's snap, crackling, and popping.
You know what I'm saying? It's a whole different genetics. Like you're like, oh, we're growing these 5 strains, and then you get that fucking disease. They're all different. They're all fucked up. They're not even what they're supposed to be. Who knows? But yeah, man, plants have feelings too, guys.
Interesting.
Very.
So, yesterday we did lose a dope member of the hip hop community. One of the first females of Southern rap. Yesterday we lost Gangsta Boo of 3-6 Mafia.
Mm-hmm.
That's sad. That, you know what I mean? Especially New Year's Day.
Young, probably what, like 50?
43.
Yeah. Oh wow, yeah. Even younger than I thought, yeah.
Cause of death is still unknown, but there's no signs of foul play.
Oh wow, that's super weird.
So
yeah, that's sad. Shout out to Gangsta Boo. Rest in peace. She was like one of the foremothers of Southern hip hop. And she came out and she was like affiliated with 3-6 Mafia. I don't know, was she an actual member of 3-6 Mafia or is she like
she was, I believe she was at one point, like, because they had like quite a few members.
Right. And yeah. I don't know. I know she worked with like I think she collabed at some point with them on something or other. I don't know if she wrote something or something like that, but like Yellow Wolf.
No shit. That's dope.
Yeah, Gangsta Boo. She was in the game, bro. Like, there's a lot of people in the game that we don't know about because they're not on the radio and they never have been on the radio. They never will be on the radio. And you know, that are really out there putting on for the culture and in their home sectors, they're really respected, like Gangsta Boo. You know, and it's sad every time one of those pass, and it seems like we're losing more and more every year.
Yeah. It's crazy too because we just lost Barbara Walters on fucking New Year's Eve.
Mm.
Like, boom, back to back.
That sucks.
But
All right.
this, yeah, facts, RIP. But this next story is a little interesting.
Yo, every time it's perfect.
It really is. Every single fucking time. So,
yeah, man. Barbara Walters, man.
yeah,
R.I.P. Barb.
she was legendary.
Yeah, facts. Anyway, my bad.
No, it's all good. So, this next story is a little interesting because it has to do with crimes and whether or not a conviction will happen. So, New York on New Year's Day passed a law where they will no longer prosecute children under the age of 12.
Wow.
The only crime they can be prosecuted for is homicide.
Right.
Good.
But other than that, every other crime.
That's how it should have been.
I mean, yeah, I agree. It's just very interesting, though. Like, why now all of a sudden? Why was that never a thing before?
Well, well, unfortunately, the only time law ever changes is when somebody was treated unlawfully.
That's fair.
So what I'm assuming happened is that enough times a child who was 12 years or younger showed in jail that they clearly didn't have an understanding of what they were doing or the weight that the crime they carried. Like, they will ask you, like, in court, like, do you know why you're here? Do you know what you did? You know what I mean? Type of shit. And you're supposed to be like, yes, I did. These 12-year-old kids, man, you're 10 years old, man. You think you know. You think you're a grown-ass man. I remember being 10. I was like, look at these fucking old men. I'm a grown-ass man. These guys don't know shit. I'm smarter than them. I'm faster than them. I'm stronger than them. I'm fucking 11, bro. Like, no, you ain't. But you always have that mindset that you're, like, in your prime. You know what I mean? And so these 8, 9, 10-year-old, 11-year-old kids, man, they're easily influenced too. Super influenced.
True.
It's like they're starting to see that even more now, I guess. And they're just like, you know, these young kids don't even know what the fuck they're doing, and they're getting sentenced to we're throwing them behind bars for years of their life, you know, and we need to start treating them like the children they are and giving them more type like juvenile sentences, community service sentences, society type stuff, and putting them back where they belong with their peers instead of like with older kids or like on the streets.
So this is actually interesting. Across the state of New York, at least 800 children under the age of 12 were arrested by police in 2019.
Yeah.
In New York City, about 90% were Black or Hispanic.
Yeah.
Which that's crazy.
Yeah. That's targeting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big time.
Yeah, it's targeting. And I don't think by chance you arrest 90% people of color. So, unless another thing is too, is like these cop cars, they're not in the white neighborhood because there ain't nothing going on in the white neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
They're in the Hispanic neighborhood because there's going to be something going on in the Hispanic neighborhood. So look and you shall find, motherfucker. So if you're parked out the Hispanic neighborhood all week, guess what you're going to find? Somebody committing a fucking crime. Guess what you're going to do? Arrest that person for committing a fucking crime. And that's how you get numbers like that.
Yeah. Yeah. It's called profiling.
Yes.
Exactly. So the last story I want to bring up is the one that I came across earlier that I was like, whoa, this is fucking interesting. Did you guys know that we're currently in a space race again?
With Russia?
No, with China.
Okay.
China.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And I didn't mean to say it like Trump either. That was just the way it came out. That was totally on accident. But
for what, the moon again?
Yep. Apparently we're trying to beat them to the moon.
Right. Yeah. Just like we did. Wait, didn't we do that 50 years ago? No, you idiot. We didn't. Oh, okay.
China and NASA are racing toward the first human moon landing in 50 years. So it was 50 years ago, but it was Russia that we were racing.
Right.
But that's just like kind of mind blowing to me. Like, Oh, what was the interesting thing though was that China, if they make it to the moon first, they could claim it as a territory,
Right.
which is strange to me that they would actually go out and claim a celestial body as territory.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just
Well, I mean, that's like you can have it.
Yeah.
That's like the last bowl of the cereal you don't really like, and your siblings like, oh, I'm gonna have the last bowl of the fucking the Lucky Charms, and you're like, bro, you can have it because it's the moon, bro. There ain't much going on up there. You ain't hitting the beach, you ain't going to the club, you ain't got no, what are you doing?
but they could commercialize it.
Oh, that'd be dope.
You know what I mean? Like build a hotel on the moon.
Right.
You know what I mean? Be able to look at Earth from your fucking hotel room.
That's true too, but at that point you need a sustainable and realistic type of transportation that could go back and forth from the Earth to moon while containing 100 passengers. And just because you got to the moon and claimed it as territory, I'd think you'd still be 2 decades away from being able to provide some type of reliable transportation to But at that point, eventually,
But at that point, with them claiming the territory, they have free reign to go up there as much as they want.
Right.
So, all right. So that just drew a question for me. So you can't just go like NASA or whatever. They can't just go to the moon whenever they want. They have to like get permission to go there.
If China beats them and claims it as a territory, then yeah, technically.
Then technically we would. Now
because technically, if we were to just go up there, that would be us invading their territory.
Yeah, if they were to claim it. But so us planting a flag on it in 1969 isn't claiming the moon already.
That's what I would think. Unless it was faked.
Right. Unless China knows we haven't been up there yet, and they're really trying to race us.
Right. And that was going to be my next question too. Is that like if we were able to get to the moon in 1969 with the technology that we had back in those years, and with technology being 100 times more advanced now, why are we in a race? Why can't we just get there?
You get a lot of answers for that one.
You know what? Here's my issue. Why haven't we been back since?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
well, the guy from NASA says we lost the technology. It's one of the most viral clips on YouTube. He talks about how they have lost the technology, and also it may have been said that the technology was destroyed. Also, there's something going around that if you Google the Van Allen belt. And you Google can humans pass through the Van Allen belt, which is in between the Earth and the moon. Google will tell you that no human can pass through this Van Allen belt due to the radiation and things like that. So that bears another question: is like if we can't get there in 2023. It's not why. It's not how come we haven't gone back. It's that we literally cannot get back to the moon. It could be the Van Allen belt. It could be we lost the technology. It could be we destroyed the technology. Why? And why?
Like, and how do we lose the technology? Like, who was that motherfucker that lost the technology? It's not like the second clock. like, yo, we're going to the moon. Like,
some guy
I lost the shit. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I lost the notebook, bro. I don't know.
Now, see, here's my question, right? Just to kind of like be a little bit of a nerd about it. What if the Van Allen belt is the cause behind the Fantastic Four powers?
Ooh.
You know what I mean? That would actually make a lot of sense because they'd have to travel through space, and if something happened in space for them to get their powers,
right. That's
so. Who's to say that couldn't happen to us? Who's to say like I couldn't pass through the Van Allen belt, and then next thing you know, I'm fucking Mr. Elastic and shit.
Right.
Like, that'd be cool.
Send me up. We don't know what our power is till you go through it.
Exactly. If I gotta be a giant rock person, then fuck it. I'll be a giant rock person. Like, I'll deal with it.
Back and forth. You got to be able to switch back and forth.
Yeah.
I want to be Libsey and giant rock Libsey.
Yeah, right. Like, I want to be.
Yeah. Want to be able to just snap my neck.
situation where being a giant rock would be.
But also the moon is hollow. That we know. The moon is hollow. You can Google it. If they went to the moon, although their reasoning for knowing that the moon is hollow, you would have to believe that they actually went to the moon, or that they were actually close enough to the moon to realize that when they dropped a piece of equipment, crash landed on it or fell on the moon, it rang for like 4 days. And that when something of magnitude happens to the Earth, they also get a type of vibration which would insinuate that there was some type of hollowness, but it's much less to that of the moon, where the moon rang for like 3 or 4 days after something like fell on it, this guy said, and the Earth would only do it for about an hour or two. So like density wise, like they think the moon, I think the moon could be a hollow sphere, and somebody's up there fucking watching their creation, and they're watching everything we do, and that's why there's no aliens or nothing else going on. It's because it's like the Truman Show, and we're just being watched. So
I'm a big kind of like conspiracy theorist on that aspect too. Like I really do believe a lot of that shit. Something else that I've come across that I find very interesting, and you kind of just brought it up, sort of, is the giant hole in Antarctica that leads to the middle Earth, like the middle of Earth, and there's supposed to be like an actual full ecosystem and like dinosaurs and all kinds of crazy shit. Like lizard people live down there,
right?
And there's actual like military general accounts of this of them like seeing this and being attacked.
100%. Yeah.
So like,
and it's buried. It's out there. The information, or the accounts rather. Yeah, it's out there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So like, yeah. So like, I that's if we could get some sort of closure on something in 2023, I'd like that to be the closure we get. You know what I mean?
Yes. Hey, we've only drilled like 8 miles into the Earth, and we haven't gone any farther. But yet, when you open up a science book, it shows you the core of the Earth and what it's made out of and what it looks like and what the second layer looks like. And these motherfuckers don't know anything, but they're teaching you fallacies and falsehoods to make you believe that you're living in a world that is a certain way, when in reality, maybe it's not this way that we've been taught our whole entire lives. And maybe people like Tesla were smart, and he said, when you think of the universe, you should be thinking in terms of vibration, frequency, and sound. And welcome to music. And yep. You know, I think that's more of the type of world we live in, as more of like the science-based stuff and the physical stuff. I think, you know, you can form landscapes with sound. This is another cool thing you should look up. Libsey is like some of the cultures, their religion, when they came up, like the Sumerians and stuff, they believed that the earth was created by song. And that the you know, people came up out of the earth singing the song, and the noise of the earth breaking and the song being played, it actually formed the mountains and the landscapes. And you can take a piece of clear glass and put salt on it, and then you can put a speaker here, and you can play different frequencies, and the salt will make different shapes, like recognizable geometrical patterns based off of the sounds being played underneath it. And that's why music can make you feel a certain way. That's why music can make you cry or make you happy or whatever, because it's literally doing something inside your body that you can't see. It's forming your molecules inside your body and atoms inside your body, just like it's doing to the salt on this glass. And it can either form something chaotic, or you could form beautiful circles inside of a square. You know what I mean? And these different frequencies do that type of stuff.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. For instance, the 808 is supposed to be like a negative frequency,
right?
So I know like more like darker vibrations and like those type of like darker thoughts and vibrations and stuff are usually behind 808s and whatnot. Right. Whereas, you know, higher frequency,
like a heart.
Yeah, like, you know, it's just more. More peaceful and calming music at a higher frequency.
Like no one told you that the fucking, when you hit a piano, boom, dun, 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 no one told you that's supposed to be scary. Who taught you that?
The music did.
Why? We don't know why. Where's the science behind that? It's the glass. It's the salt on the glass. It's doing something to you. It's creating a whole emotion and being an aura around you that says, wow, that's putting me on the edge of my seat.
Makes
Dope.
sense.
Super dope. And we do that every day with our music. We create a feel-good track. We create, and we know as soon as we hear the music, oh, this one feels good. Oh, this one's angry. Oh, this one's sad. Music talks to you.
That's very true.
Very true.
It's funny because I had an artist earlier over at the house, doing recording and whatnot. And just while we were shooting the shit smoking, I played a couple of songs from my vault and whatnot. And literally each song is just a completely different vibe.
Right.
Like you got the happy, you've got the sad, you've got the energetic, and you really can tell like each song has its own essence. You know what I mean? There's just something unique about each song that really like,
right.
You know what I mean? Has that vibration frequency, so to speak.
Yeah, it's dope, man. Yeah, that was good shit.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, if you guys have anything you want to talk about, if you guys want to rant, if you guys want to, talk shit about some shit, we can discuss it.
Yeah, so as far as like releasing music, I recently dropped an EP. Was called Main Street Vibes. It's very kind of like a G-Funk West Coast kind of sound.
Okay.
I like it was a producer from Germany. He had just randomly hit me up on Instagram and was like, "Yo, I really fuck with your music. It's like I'm not a very well-known producer, but I would like to do a project with you." So I was like, "Yeah, sure, whatever." Like this is like great opportunity for me outside of the country, So, and I just thought it was really cool that someone from Germany was fucking with my shit. So
hell yeah.
So, we did like I think it was about 7 track. We did 7, but only 5 made the EP. But it was definitely a cool project for me. It was out of the ordinary from what I like the genre that I'm usually in, which is probably more the boom bap lane. And then next year, what's coming is hopefully a second Barrio Brothers project. We've had like Trip said, we got a bunch of ideas, so it's all about getting together and actually like doing them.
Right.
I've also made several beats in the past couple months. I've always made beats, but these are like the first beats that I've actually I want to rap on these kind of thing, So.
Oh yeah.
Also more music videos. I shoot my own music videos, so if anyone was to need music videos too, I can help you out with that. Like making t-shirts, just doing shows. That's all what it's about next year.
Oh yeah.
Word. If I could maybe make a suggestion for the next Barrio Bros project, you guys could do like Super Barrio World and actually make the cover art kind of look like like the Super Nintendo kind of cover. Yeah, I think that would be pretty sick.
Yeah, we had we had multiple conversations about this. We were like, all right, is it going to be Super Barrio Brothers 2 where it's like marketed towards that? Or are we going to do like Super Barrio World, Super Smash Brothers, where we're going to do features on every track? Or like we've juggled a few different ideas. I don't want to go into too much detail because nothing is set in stone.
That's fair.
I was even throwing around like the idea of like just maybe level 2.
Yeah.
But not as cool obviously as branching off into like duplicating the cover like we did for the Super Barrio Brothers, going for 2 or going for World. I think if it was my choice right now, I'd like to say we're doing Super Barrio Bros 2, 3, and in the midst of those, we're also going to be working on like a Smash Brothers type of project, which I would love to do too. So I think it has potential and it has room to grow. We just got to get to work, But you know how the winters are here in New England. It makes it tough, and you kind of lose a little inspiration and motivation when you look out your window and it's gray 7 days a week and fucking you're freezing your ass off, and you just you need people to push you, And I got to do a little more pushing of Johnny, and he's got to do a little more pushing of myself, and we really got to make this thing happen. So that's it, man. And
you can do a solo album. You can call it Luigi's Mansion.
facts.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, that's fire.
That would be perfect.
And yeah, shit like that, man. So yeah, Johnny and I just working, man. More grind mode cypher stuff, obviously coming up in 2023 with the homies, and that's really it, man. More behind the grinds, guys. Johnny and I are co-hosts of a grind mode cypher segment. It's an interview segment. It's called Behind the Grind, where Libsey and other dope grind mode affiliates have been featured on. We're heading up to volume 54 this Thursday. It's over on the Grind Mode Cypher YouTube channel. And so definitely plenty more of those. I'd say, what do we got? 52 weeks in the year, probably 20 of those coming this year.
Yeah.
So, shit like that.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, this has been a fucking great episode, honestly.
Hell yeah.
I've had a blast.
Me too.
Yes, very good time. Got to learn more about conspiracies that I never knew about the moon.
Yeah, we did music and personal type shit, which I love. We had the time to get into. It was a good time frame. 2 hours is plenty. I feel like in an hour, our show Behind the Grind, as you know, Libsey, is an hour. And I feel like towards the end, we try to start squeezing shit in and stuff like that. And sometimes, even in myself, in my own interview, there was plenty of stories that I wanted to tell that I didn't get around to and stuff like that. So it was really cool to be able to shoot the shit, man. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. I love doing a 2 hour show. It's usually 2 hour minimum.
Right.
Just because I want it to be a full episode.
Right.
But I've had episodes end up being 4 hours long.
Oh wow.
Just because the conversation and how just bouncing off everything. So I haven't done a 4 hour show in a long time. So I got other shit I want to do.
Facts. Fucking games on. No, just kidding. I don't even think there is football on today.
No,
oh yeah, today.
Yeah, it's Monday. I'm gonna go play. I'm honestly gonna go play Pokemon after this.
Are you really? Yeah. Are you gonna dress as Pikachu and then go play, or is that?
Well, no. Funny enough, we actually just gave the costumes to my mother-in-law. This way, she can put them in storage.
Oh shit! They're not even in house anymore.
Nah.
He only saying that because he thinks somebody might come try him for his 2 Pikachu outfits. So he's like, I better say these things aren't even in my possession before this show's over. He's like, I better fucking say that these things are off the premises. So that's what he's doing.
Fuck it. Honestly, they took up way too much space. I live in a 3-bedroom apartment. They take up too much space.
They took up the whole bedroom, the whole third fucking room.
They almost really do.
This is Pikachu and Pikachu's room. PNP for short. But yeah, man, guys, check out the EP. If you're tuning in to this point, check out the EP, man. Super Barrio Bros EP. Like I said, it's earlier. It's on all streaming services. It's on YouTube. If you want to be lazy and just pull it up over there, we got a couple videos up over there. And it's grind mode everything, man. Product of America, Sacred Nation.
Yes, sir.
Whooshie Gang podcast. Appreciate you having us.
Absolutely. I echo everything he just said.
Echo.
Well, I thank you guys very much for hopping on. Like I said, it was been a blast. I'm gonna play the intro video again as the outro. You guys can stay on and chit chat after we're not live anymore. Up to you. If not, you guys have a wonderful rest of your night.
Yeah.
You too, my brother.
And thanks everyone for kicking it with us in the chat. Appreciate you.
Facts. Everybody that was in the chat tonight, stay golden, Pony Boy.
Hell yeah.
This arc is for the villain who stays hiding the feeling that there ain't a local rapper on the level that he's killing. Rolls another blunt to get high as the ceiling. It's been top shelf since the government started dealing. This arc is for the villain who stays hiding.